Bucklas and Patrice. Fourth home in the race there was VSR from He's a Treasure, and then came Folksel, Downtown Dubai. In the distance, Race's Success, No Static, followed by City Mission, and last home was Star Invader. Beautiful ride that, an absolute gem of a ride by Glenn Boss. He just put that horse out, put him in the right spot, came away from the fence. He sprinted very quickly today. And when he went past the 200 metres mark, he had them covered, and Boss absolutely just sat up on him in the last 50 or 60 metres of the race, and he went home to win, and win well. Number 6, Silver Ghost, Glenn Boss's first. Second in the race will go to Reprendre. Number 3, just didn't have a lot of luck. Try to get through at the right time. Yeah, he'll run second. 4 will be third, Patrice, which had a lovely run in front, and 1 fourth, VSR. So those numbers are now in the frame. 6, 3, 4, 1, and 11 was 5th. The winner, number 6, Silver Ghost, $4.60 and $1.90. Number 3, Reprendre, has paid $2.30, and number 4, Patrice, has paid $2 even. We await the Quinella and the Trifecta. He's a nice horse, this fellow, isn't he? Have a look at him as he comes back. He's a lovely horse. All greys, all got different shades to them, but he's just a nice horse. He's by Unbridled Song, out of Paris Interlude, trained by Laurie Mayfield Smith. He's only a 4-year-old. That's his 21st start for his 5th win, and Glenn Boss gave him a lovely run. Quinella paid $24.90. The Trifecta paid $167.30. The winner scored by 2 1/4. A short head between second and third. The time was 1:49.56, and the course record is 1:47.18. The class record was never previously run at the distance, so that will be a new class record at 1:49.56. Now Silver Ghost comes back to scale. I think the rest all had their opportunities. The winner was too good for them. You have the numbers 6, 3, 4 and 1, and they're official after the running of race number 3.
Silver Ghost, formerly trained in Sydney, has improved markedly since heading up north to the Laurie Mayfield Smith stable. Next, and the favourite is number 3, Eumerus, at $1.70. Dominating betting as we join Ron Duffy now for the
run. 1,500 ahead of them. Envisage the inside runner. Racing this time, and they jumped in a perfect manner. Who is going to lead? It is envisaged narrowly from Domiel highest, and the stablemates are only a length and a half away. Eumaris around Fine Society, settling now, and envisage clapping on the speed of fraction, 3/4 of a length on highest at the 1200 marker. Length and a half to Fine Society, parked inside of Domiel. Craig Carmody had a quick peep to the right on Domiel, and 2 lengths to the favourite Eumaris. They work their way down to the 1000 marker, and envisage left alone in the lead by just under 2 now on highest. A length away third is Fine Society. At her quarters on the outside, Domiel, and 2 1/2 quietly ridden Eumaris. In this pattern, they come down by the 750. There's no change whatsoever, and Envisage is the leader. A length and a half. Highest in second, Posse, followed by Fine Society. Domiel is keeping Fine Society well and truly snookered, and getting onto the back of Domiel is Eumaris, working their way down past the 500, preparing to round the Rose Hill turn, and the leader is Envisage. A length and a quarter on highest. Fine Society can't get out Domiel, and now Beatman letting rip on Eumaris, and she's sprinting quickly at the 300 marker. Domiel and Eumaris got the highest. They dropped Envisage, and Fine Society had to go right to the outside. Domiel and Eumaris taken on by Fine Society. Small field, good finish coming up. Eumaris hits the front. The stablemate is the danger. Fine Society, I reckon it got there. I'll go Fine Society and Nostril. Eumaris very tight. Third was Domiel, followed home by Highest, and last of all Envisage. Stand by for placings. Fine Society, as they run away from us here, looks as though it's grabbed Eumaris, but time will tell. We'll just have a look at this replay here. Yep, it's got there. We're not on the line here at Rose Hill, and they run away from us, and it's always good to have a second opinion from the slow-mo replay. And it's done a darn good job to get up here, Fine Society, because you heard the call, many of you have watched, and of course she was snookered away, and Corey had no other alternative than to hook back and come round the other 4 on Fine Society, and the Masqué filly really got down to the thick end of the business in the last 100 metres, and she has been able to get up and score. Number 2, Fine Society. C. Brown is first. Number 3, Umaris. D. Beedman second. So a Quinella to John Hooks. Number 3 is third. Number 4 is third, and that is Domiel, ridden by Craig Carmody. 2, 3, 4. Number 1 highest ran fourth. The winner by Masqué from Early Song, and is now a winner of 2 of her 4 starts. She had 2 starts earlier last year in Melbourne, Sandown, where she won on debut, and then Caulfield. And then she wasn't sighted until Randwick on the 21st of December, when third to Private Steer.
Yes, that's interesting. Private Steer, of course, this afternoon will be one of the main fancies for the Magic Millions Trophy for 3-year-olds, and Fine Society ran third to her last start at Randwick. Now at Morfettville, horses are heading out.
She's had 2 runs back from a long break. Spent time at the Clyde Rehabilitation Clinic, a very popular place now. Growing in stature, run by Stephen and Sue Dove. And they've worked wonders with Tarn Princess there, reducing the time for tendons and other injuries, suspensories, by half virtually. And Tarn Princess is back to the track quite a deal quicker than what she could have been. Confederate Kid's been another one up there. And Tarn Princess is the warm favourite for the 4th. Set to go. And they're racing now. One of the first to appear was Easy Virtue. Tarn Princess is going through in the middle, and Ocean Bridge jumped well. River Dove and Princess is showing good speed in the pink colours out wide. Easy Virtue drops in behind them now. It's back to 5th, and then Violet Tense, and last is Callandoon. It's Tarn Princess on the outside of Ocean Bridge as they go to the 600. Princess is wider. It's 3rd. River Dove is 4th. 2 lengths away Easy Virtue. And then came Violet Tense, and they beat off Callandoon as they round the turn. 400 left to travel. Ocean Bridge has the inside running. Tarn Prince with its neck in front of it, and Princess is 3 wide, 2 lengths to River Dove and Easy Virtue. Turning for home, Tarn Princess, Ocean Bridge, and on the outside was Princess, and then River Dove is trying to come off the heels. It's Tarn Princess, Princessa, and trying to get through was River Dove. Princessa the outside. Ocean Bridge is giving plenty on the inside. River Dove gets through though, and she sprints through to grab the lead, and River Dove has got them covered. Ocean Bridge battled on well for second, but it's River Dove beating Ocean Bridge, and Princessa was wide all the way, a good run. Then came Violet Tense. Tarn Princess weak in the last 200, then Callandoon, who's pulled up at the rear of the field. Easy Virtue 3rd last.
Number 3, River Dove, wins race 4 at Caulfield. Matthew Ellerton and Dan Nicolette paying $3.90 and $2.20. $6.10 Ocean Bridge second, and third, no dividend, the top weight Princessa, resuming from a break. And speaking of breaks, we're going to take one now on Sky Racing and return shortly for all the action in race 4 at the Gold Coast.
Shake the life out of this. 2 runs back over the 1,000, and he had no luck in the Summer Stakes, so I still think he's the one to beat Sir Breakfast. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't shake the life out of this. Now Proudly Agro's come up into the gates. Did get a shower just about 20 minutes ago. Breeze blowing very strongly. Supposed to be rain around the Murwillumbah area, which is not far away from the coast. Now in this race you need to note a couple of colour changes here. Proudly Agro and In the Jungle. Now In the Jungle's in a yellow cap to distinguish it from Proudly Agro, and Cap 1 is in a red cap to distinguish it from Coochie. Coochie in a gold cap, Cap 1 in a red, and In the Jungle in a yellow one, and Proudly Agro races in the basically a pinkish spotted cap. Now here's Royal Shiraz coming up to the gate, ran a very good second behind Anne Shintaro at Doomben at its previous start. This crowd starting to build all the time. Start with the big races next, and I think everyone's just about in place for the big races from here on in. Now here's Cap 1 and Coochie, the stablemates coming up together, and we're set to go. So Breakfast has drawn the middle of the line here. I think you'd have to forget that he went round the other day in the Summer Stakes, and if you went on his Eagle Farm win with 60 kilos, you'd think he'd be very hard to beat here. Although it's a very smart field of 3-year-olds. They're all in. So Breakfast, the middle of the line, white cap, set, and they're racing now. He left okay, so Breakfast. It was a great start out. Pickablue from the outside's ridden for speed, and Coochie's going with him in the early part. And when they settle down, it's Pickablue and Coochie going to the first corner together. Gee, they've posted some breakfast out about 3 and 4 deep around that top corner. He's going up the third, and the outside are difficult. Northern Force has gone back the fifth, and then came Battler on the outside in the jungle going forward, but wide, followed by Craigley Bells. Now Royal Shiraz is getting back, but it's 3 deep around Sheer Devotion. Hamar's on the fence. Cap 1 next to last, and Proudly Aggro is last. Plenty of pressure on inside the 500. It's Pickablue and Coochie leading in the jungles out deep. Difficult fourth the fence. Served Breakfast fifth in the middle from Craigley Bell. Sheer Devotion going deep. Then came Northern Forces. They turned the corner. Royal Shiraz a long way from them, and Proudly Aggro, but it's Pickablue in front with 300 metres to go. Coochie second, then Difficult. So Breakfast is under the gun. Down the outside, Sheer Devotion and in the jungle, but Pickablue the leader. Difficult's off the fences coming after Pickablue. It's Pickablue joined by Difficult, then Coochie. Difficult took the lead from Pickablue close to home, and Difficult beat Pickablue tight for third. So Breakfast in a photo with Coochie, and Proudly Aggro got home when it was all over. Then Cap 1, Northern Force, Sheer Devotion. The next home, Battler, followed by Royal Shiraz in the jungle, Hammer, and Craigley Bells has pulled up at the tail of the field. Respected a bit of odds this too at the finish. Number 7, Difficult, ridden by Cassie Prosser, has got home here to pay $9.40 and $3 even. 6 Pickablue second, and was just run down in about the last 40 or 50 metres of the race. Pickablue, number 6, to pay $3.50. And so Breakfast has made a lunge on the line for third with Coochie in the middle and Proudly Aggro, and the judge can decide which runner has run third. Well, Difficult began quickly, put itself in the right spot, had the 1 alley, sat in the box seat, third and fourth on the fence, made its run at the right time. Pickablue kicked at the 250, but Difficult was able to grab Pickablue and just wear him down in the last little bit. Now 2's run third in the photo, that's Coochie, 1/4's of Breakfast. So the numbers are 7, 6, 2 and 1/4, and 3 was 5th, Proudly Aggro. He got run off his legs in the early part, and he was last with 300 metres to go. And he's made a lot of ground in the latter part of the race, but he's never a winning opportunity.
Round Just Mailed, the favourite, and stablemate 3 Umaris, 4 Domiel, third 1 Highest, fourth, second to 2 Spermion, 2 Ariante won the first. Alfane coming in, and that'll be Strange and Here's Ronnie, the 2 veterans in the lineup to complete the field. Here's Ronnie having start 78, he's 8, and Strange having start 96, he's 7. Now, just about ready to go. Another 7-year-old here is Blazing Arch, but Lord Atlas, all the rage, 2:41.30, ready to depart the 1900, and there they go. And Cabin Fever jumped out quickly, and so too did Port Express. Lord Atlas out nicely, and going up quickly as Here's Ronnie with Alfane. Quite a few jockeys seemingly keen to lead, and as they race towards the 1600, it's Port Express, a roughie, just leading Here's Ronnie. Lord Atlas, a horse off the fence. Cabin Fever, it's inside. Alfane wide. Then Dana's Kingdom, Regal Alliance between horses. A length and a half further back in the field is Pentathlon, followed by Colosseum and Strange, and Blazing Arch is Absolute. Here's Ronnie in front at the back of the track at the 13.50, a length and a half on Lord Atlas. Port Express third. Cabin Fever's in the middle, and Alfane's out on a limb, so's Regal Alliance. And then in the middle racing Pentathlon, and Dana's Kingdom's over on the rails, and the speed is very, very slow. Strange is well back in the run with Blazing Arch and Colosseum. They dawdle down the back straight, and in the direction of the 1,000 marker, it's Here's Ronnie in front, 3/4 of a length on Lord Atlas. Alfane in no man's land third. Cabin Fever's in the middle, and Port Express over on the fence. Regal Alliance is next, his wide. Pentathlon racing in the middle. Dana's Kingdom the rails, then Blazing Arch between Strange wide, and over on the fence Colosseum. Down the side they sweep, about 700 in front of them here, no change, and here's Ronnie from the favourite Lord Atlas. A half length in it, third is Alfane, and deeper out is Regal Alliance, no luck it. And then Port Express on the inside of Cabin Fever, momentarily held up. Pentathlon going around the outside from Dana's Kingdom, and then Blazing Arch and Colosseum, and Strange is Absolute as they they turned for home, and Lord Atlas loomed up to race past. Here's Ronnie. Cabin Fever's into the clear. The second picket is going after Lord Atlas, and then Alphane followed by Pentathlon and Regal Alliance. Beedman shaking up Lord Atlas, and Lord Atlas bounded away. Pentathlon in second posse. Cabin Fever starting to struggle. Lord Atlas in front. Pentathlon coming home pretty well. Lord Atlas is clinging on. He gets there, Lord Atlas from Pentathlon. Third was Alphane, and fourth Cabin Fever, then Dana's Kingdom, Coliseum. Here's Ronnie, Blazing Arch, Regal Alliance, Port Express, and Absolute was Strange. Number one, the winner. Lord Atlas. Darren Beedman riding for Johnny O'Shea turned out in absolutely immaculate condition, and he looked 100 out of 100 if you were rating them on looks on the way to the barrier, Lord Atlas. So he's run right up to it. Pentathlon took ground off him, but he couldn't quite get there, and the Lord has won it from 2, 3 and 4. Well, the handicapper would be pleased with that result. One Lord Atlas, D. Beedman for Johnny O'Shea by Snardee from Lordum Mist. Lordum Mist by Lordum Star. Number 2, Pentathlon second. Corey Brown riding for John Hooks by Octagonal from Triumphal. Third goes to 3 Alphane, trained by Paul Perry. Mitch Newman aboard by Flying Spur. And 4 Cabin Fever, given every hope by Robbie Brewer by Pentire, trained by Paul O'Sullivan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th and 6th to follow shortly for the Superfecta.
Game effort there by Lord Atlas to win race 4 at Rosehill Gardens today. He's a promising type. That's now 4 wins from 12 starts. Now getting set at Caulfield for race 5. Let's join Dan Malecki.
Race 5 coming up, the Bremerton Handicap. White Mist the favourite, number 7 from Sir Bollinger. Dane News has had support, good support, number 2. It is the best back runner, and then the next in the market is Frangelica. A cheerio to Greg Miles, who's normally in this spot. Greg had an untimely upending from the bicycle during the week and would be watching all the races at home. There shouldn't be a more expert on racing over the next couple of weeks, because I'm sure we'll be watching a lot of them from home. So, Greg, I hope you're starting to feel a little bit better and you're not too long away. Now, White Mist is the last one up. Favourite goes in. 1800 the distance of race 5. And they're racing. White Mist was probably the last out of the stalls, and one of the first to appear was Sir Bollinger. Frangelica jumped well. Up there also Day News is handy to the leaders from Southern Crown over on the rails, and getting up to about 5th was Mapua. A little wider was White Mist, but it's 3 deep at the moment. Then Mystic Morse, and back to last is Liquid Lunch. Heading towards the 1500 metres now, and it's Frangelica sitting on the outside of Dane News, which goes up in the middle, and nearer the inside Sir Bollinger. It'll take the trail as Dane News went to the lead from Frangelica. 2 lengths away, Ocean Voyage is now up to 3rd from Sir Bollinger, 4th. Southern Crown in 5th position from Mapua. A length and a half to White Mist on the outside of Mystic Morse, and back last is Liquid Lunch. Dane News is the leader. 1,000 metres to travel, and it leads by about a length. Second is Frangelica, and in 3rd position we have Ocean Voyage sitting outside Sir Bollinger. Mapua was in 5th spot, then Southern Crown. A length away the favourite, it's 3rd last, White Mist, and then the grey, Mystic Morse, and Liquid Lunch at the tail of the field. About 800 metres to travel, and it's Dane News in control of the race with Chris Simons. It leads by 2 lengths on Frangelica. 2 lengths away the Bolter, Ocean Voyage on the outside of Sir Bollinger, then Mapua. Now White Mist is getting a bit closer to them. It's allowed to roll into the race, and Mapua is going with it. They're making their runs quickly as they head towards the turn. The leader is Dane News. Frangelica and Mapua goes up to make a line of 3. White Mist is right behind them, and then came Liquid Lunch as they turned from Sir Bollinger. Mapua went to the lead. Frangelica tries to go with it. Dane News back on the inside, then White Mist, and running on Liquid Lunch. It's Mapua in front, Liquid Lunch, and trying to fight back White Mist, Frangelica. Mapua, Liquid Lunch, Frangelica and White Mist in the centre. On the outside the leader is Liquid Lunch from White Mist, Mapua and Frangelica. They go to the line with Liquid Lunch doing enough. Liquid Lunch beat Mapua and Frangelica. Then White Mist was up close enough on the turn, didn't respond, and then not too far away was Bollinger from Dane News, who was ordinary in the straight, had weakened out of it. Then Southern Crown, Mystic Morse and Ocean Voyage.
Liquid Lunch fancied by Dan Malecki, Pat Highland and Craig Newett combined, and we'll await that to be officially confirmed by the judge. A couple of hard luck stories there, including that of Sir Bollinger On course here, well, equal favourites are Blur and also Lovely Jubbly. Both similar also on the tote, as we await first and second to be confirmed at Caulfield. Third elect, Private Steer, and that's clear-cut betting, and Shintaro, the fourth elect. Let's get some late mail.
Brendan, the numbers, I'm staying with I have my selections this morning. They look good in enclosure, these. 9, 1, 13 and 14. 9, of course, is Anne Shintaro. Just like the way this horse looks, he's got scope about him. He's going to get a beautiful run from in there. And for that reason, if we keep getting this rain, maybe a little bit dead. But anyway, I like this horse, and I think he's got a bit of a future in front of him. So I've got him on top. I thought Blur looked stunning in the enclosure. Geez, this horse has improved. He's moulded into a real powerhouse of a racehorse since he was here last year. And we've only got to go to his last win at Eagle Farm. It was a beauty. So he's right in it, and he's got the alley. Then we go down to 13, Lovely Jubbly. She looks good in the enclosure, this filly, and she's drawn to get a good run. And if she settles at all, she doesn't have any problem with the mouth. I think you'll find she loves this sort of track, and she likes the going. Then, of course, Private Steer. This is another horse that looks quite well, this filly. And Awkward Alley just might make it a bit tough for it. So that's it going past there, looks quite well. But Brendan, I like my numbers anyway, 9, 1, 13 and 14.
It's 8.65 across the line, confirmed at Caulfield. There was a strong wind warning about this morning. What a contrast to the 43 degrees we experienced last year. Let's go to an interview we recorded earlier. Gay Waterhouse I caught up with on her 2 chances in this race. Gay, you've got 2, I suppose by comparison with its rivals, inexperienced runners, but both with great winning form. Biagio in Fiery Venture for the 3-year-old race this year.
Yes, well, because Fiery Venture was just behind the top horses as a 2-year-old, running second in the Illawarra Classic to Mr. Hennessy, to Half Hennessy. He's a very smart horse. He was well supported in the betting ring last week when he won like a good short price favourite. The other horse, Biagio, of course, jumped out of the ground. He was disadvantaged by a wide draw at Randwick, got back in the field and surged home. Both horses I'm very happy with. If I said one would win, the other might get up, but punters can happily back either and they'll fight the finish out.
Well, how are we going to go then? There's 2 in that race. The 2-year-olds, you've got 5 going around. How do you follow 5 runners in a race?
Well, I suppose it's experience. I'm a public trainer, and I'm representing the horses are representing different owners' interests. There's not one major owner there. There are a number of owners. Hasna has to be the short price favourite. She's done everything right. She's particularly well weighted in this race. She has a bad draw in that she's off the track with a lot of speed inside her, with How Funny and L'Espalier and Snippy. All the horses come up here in fine fettle. And, I suppose if I had to say 1, 2, 3 of them, you might say Hasna, How Funny, Imperialism.
Well, it could come in the other way with 5 of them, and then they've all got good chances. How have they all settled in Queensland?
How far?
How have they settled in since they've been up here?
They've settled in super. They've absolutely settled in super. I couldn't be happier with them.
You've had a magic time at this race meeting with Accelerator in years gone by, and the amazing scenes that took place just up there.
It was a lot of fun, and of course Assertive Lad, and then we had Singo and Rob Ferguson's filly in Ha Ha.
Will we see a repeat this year of those great scenes of elation?
I think so. Look, they get very G'd up leading up to this race. They bought the horse the year before. It's all happened very quickly. Mr. Altamonte, who owns Hasna, it's just the most exciting thing. He said, I haven't enjoyed anything as much ever in racing.
Well, it's a buzz week. I hope it's a buzz afternoon for you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Gay Waterhouse expecting a big day of success at the Gold Coast, and they're heading out for race 5, the 3-year-old Magic Millions race, and it's due to get underway in 3 minutes. One of the long shots in this is Amex, number 11. Glenn Collis rides, and he caught up with Larry Olsen earlier.
Well, Glenn Amex has been a bit of a handful, and the blinkers, I think, are back off him again, are they?
No, they're back on today. Oh. Yeah, we just had troubles at the gates with him. He's been missing the kick his last few runs. He's just one of those horses. We're just having a lot of trouble with him getting out of the gates. If he puts himself in the race, he's some hope, but he's just having trouble coming out of the gates.
All right, we'll go straight to the Magic Millions. Snippy, nice pickup ride, the death.
Yeah, it was a pickup ride, wasn't it? I was on Bastion Victim early in the week, and to get on Snippy, and it's drawn the one gate, it's going to get the perfect run, and one of Gay's, can't be left out.
Okay, Jam. Then we must go to race 8, Make My Magic. Well, backing up from last week, got the 60 kilos again. Can he do it?
I think so. He races really well here. He's only had the one go, and that was when he was a 3-year-old. And it was a pretty high-class field that day, and he won very easily.
He's got impressive last Saturday, was it?
Oh, he was. You know, he got the right sort of run last week, had the 60, and you know he chimed in at the right time, and you know he's got that deadly sprint when he's had the right run.
Is he your best?
I'd say so.
Thanks, mate.
Okay, cheers, mate.
And the late money has come for Private Steer. It's now the tote favourite at $4.30, and also quite a bit of support for Lovely Jubbly, particularly on course. It's currently at $4.30 on Unitab. Blur is the other big hope at $4.50, and Shintaro at $6.90. Then we go out to double figures for Mardi Gras and the others. The White Alley, a concern for Mardi Gras, but she is over the odds in my opinion, Mardi Gras, if you're looking for something each way. They're about to start moving in for this big event as light rain starts to fall. Let's join Alan Thomas.
Yeah, we've got a problem, Joe. The rain has come right in on the front of our broadcast box on the glass, and I can tell you I can hardly see out. So I'm going to have to try and manage the best I can off a half a monitor and half with the glasses. Our broadcast box at the Gold Coast is right up on the roof, and when the rain comes and it's coming from the area where it's coming from, it just blows straight in and the water stays on the glass and you can't see out. So it's just lightened up a tad. If we can get a bit of breeze in the next 30 seconds or a couple of minutes to try and get some of this water off the glass, I might have some chance of calling this race. Otherwise I'll be half guessing, and the monitor will be probably head on down the straight. But we're getting through this the best way we can. You can't believe that the weather can turn this nasty from what we had this morning. Now, if we can probably just delay this start of this race by a couple of minutes, we might be a bit lucky. As Chris Kearns just joins us now, I was just saying, Chris, we've got troubles with our vision here at the coast with the water on the glass. But anyway, we'll try and do the best we can for you. Now, number 12, Biagio's behind the line. You can see how wet these riders are. This rain's coming up. In fact, it's coming in again from the Murwillumbah area. Now here's Private Steer coming forward. Amex is about to come up into the line. So this is very unfortunate for the club, very unfortunate for everyone, because people are getting wet here, and the commentators can't see out of the box, so it doesn't give us much to go on. Now Cool Trent is coming up behind the line. I think Private Steer might have gone in. Grandway Shogun, Biagio, Fiery Venture I can see, No Stops, Warrior Trader, Mardi Gras and Wyndham Glory. So we've got a chance to see that things have improved till about the when they go to the 800 metres mark. That'll be about the end of me, till maybe well in the straight. I guess when they built broadcast boxes, they never allowed, when they built broadcast boxes on top of grandstands, they probably didn't think of it, they never allowed for rain to come in and hit the water on the glass. And when this stand was built a long time ago, I guess they never had the science or to be able to spray something on the glass, so when the water came it would just run off that we could see out. So we can't do too much about that. Now No Stops is to move in, Mardi Gras to come up, so is Fiery Venture and Wyndham Glory. There's Mardi Gras going into the stalls now. Mardi Gras, I think, they might try and lead. Purton might try and lead on it. Then Shintaro has the inside. Amex ready. Biagio. Lovely Jubbly stands up near the inside with Private Steer. So we're all in now. No Stops is the last. So we're all